It's J on the beat.
To this special interview session this day on KCBS. My name is Christy Ijam. Thank you for joining us. This morning we have in the studio a very important guest from Survivor Network. We have with us Ms. Eunice Ngwe, who is the Executive Assistant and Abode Whitney Programs Coordinator. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Christy.
We're glad to have you here.
Same here.
So you're here this morning on this special day, which is the World Day Against Trafficking in Person, to talk about your activities. But first, why is this day significant for your organization?
World Day Against Trafficking in Person. First of all, Survivors Network is a female-led, not-for-profit making organization that advocates against human trafficking. Okay. So in order to commemorate this day, we thought it wise to sensitize, to create awareness and make the public know of the existence of human trafficking and how they can better prevent themselves from being trafficked.
Oh, wonderful. So what is the theme of this year's celebration?
The theme of this year's celebration is the use and abuse of technology.
Okay.
So as we all know, the world is fast growing in terms of technology. So coupled with the COVID-19 pandemic that we faced, traffickers have widely utilized the internet, and they have been able to recruit, exploit, and control their victims. Absolutely. As well, they offer free accommodation, free transport, free vacancies, and people turn to for victims of this situation. So today we are here to make the public know of the disadvantages the internet has.
All right. So are your activities limited only to Kumba or Cameroon? What are some of the activities?
Survivors Network work within Kumba, out of Kumba, and even out of the country. Survivors Network, since its inception in 2016, we have been carrying out a couple of activities ranging from rescuing victims who have been trafficked back into their respective countries. We have equally carried out several economic empowerment programs where we empower survivors of human trafficking, gender-based violence, and associated abuses with startup kits to start up themselves in order to become self-reliant. Sometime last year in April, we equally had a shelter home where we accommodate survivors of human trafficking, gender-based violence, as well as internally displaced persons who are homeless. And equally accompanied with the shelter home, we have a vocational training center where we offer free services to the population and equally those living at the shelter home with different kind of skills that can enable them to become self-reliant and less vulnerable in their communities.
Wow. So for this the World Day Against Trafficking in Person, what activities will you be carrying out?
So for this year, we will be having TV programs like we have right now. Okay. We'll be having radio programs, and we'll be visiting other organizations and churches, schools, hospitals to create more awareness and share posters and handbills to the public.
Wow. All right. So who are some of your partners? I know you're not working independently as an organization to carry out the huge work that you have. Who are some of your partners?
We have a lot of partners. As a humanitarian organization, you cannot do everything alone. So we collaborate with other organizations so we can carry out effective intervention. Within Kumba, we work with Intersource, we work with Action Against Hunger, we work with Shalom Initiative, we work with other organizations in the field who are equally humanitarian actors. And out of Kumba, we work with Comagen in Bamenda. We equally work with I Am Cameroon. We work with other organizations, and out of the country we equally partner, and we equally have sponsors out of the country, like Freedom for All, IDMAT Foundation, Vital Voices, and other so many organizations that we partner with.
Oh. So as an organization, what is the one message that you also want to pass across to people concerning your work?
The one message we want to pass across is, and that we have been trying to pass across, human trafficking is real. Human trafficking does not occur just abroad, because most often people try to understand that human trafficking occurs just abroad. No, human trafficking occurs within your community. Human trafficking occurs within the house. So we are here today to inform the public that human trafficking is real. It occurs everywhere, in every community, and together we can eliminate human trafficking from our communities.
Just to add to what Whitney just said, human trafficking, to anybody can be a trafficker. Your trafficker can be your mom, it can be your dad, it can be your brother, it can be your sister, it can be your friend, it can be whoever. So everyone should be on the watch and be a human trafficking advocate.
So thank you very much for coming here to raise awareness on these very important issues. You know, we live in a time where people are desperate to move abroad. There are all these advertisements everywhere on the internet, just like the theme says. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best on and very wonderful celebrations on this special day.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and that's a wrap for our program. Hope you have learned and enjoyed this interview. I'm Christy Ija. Keep watching KCBS.
Come to